Just pull
You're done.
Okay, now it's the time of Colombia with What Would Jesus Do? It's a series.
I love this movie.
Hi.
Hi.
What would happen if Jesus hadn't gone to heaven on the third day that he rose from the dead after his crucifixion? Well, that's what this show is about. My name is Andrea. I'm a co-creator and producer of What Would Jesus Do? And well, let's find out.
Oh my god.
You see, he didn't just stay on earth to live the glamorous life of God's son. No, he stayed working on God's factory, putting his face on a toast every day for 2015 years. Imagine yourself having to put your face on a toast every single day. That would pretty much suck, but that's how miracles get done. So add to that you don't have any time to do that one thing that makes you special. Well, besides being God's son, you can do miracles, but you don't have time to do them. You don't have time to even think about doing them. Jesus knew that one day, and he decided to emancipate himself from God, to say, I'm no longer working here. I'm no one's son. Jesus, as you see in here, it's kind of the original hippie, as all of us know. He is all peace and love. He's all goody-goody, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have fun. He has two best friends. One of him is the dove. The dove is like everything. Well, he's not so holy dove. It's everything that's wrong with the world and everything that's wrong with everything. He's a drunk. He's a liar. He can steal. He's like he's not like a role model, nonetheless a father figure. But Jesus and him don't talk about that.
Oh god.
Yeah, he knows that the impression that he makes, and he used that to get the shits. He used that. He's like, here I am. He doesn't have to say anything, but he says hello. He has a potty mouth. We have the leper, the other friend. The leper is quite like the shy. He's quite shy. We kind of see him like the good one. Like Jesus has the bad one that is the dove, and the good one that is the leper. But it's just because he's so stupid that he doesn't know the difference between good and evil. And the dove uses that to kind of, the dove once stole the leper heart to sell it and then pay for hookers in Tijuana. So that's pretty much the relationship that they have. And Jesus is always in the middle trying to help things and putting the leper back together. His face says it all. He's sick of tired of just being all over the place. He's everywhere. The thing is that when Jesus decided to emancipate himself from God, he needed to start a new life, a kind of normal one, and he decided to go and live with the leper and the dove. So God told him, like, well, you're gonna die, but I'm gonna try to help you. So go live in my house that is next to the pastor, and you have to pay my rent. Pay my rent and the utilities, and you can live there. So that's the main goal that the series have. Every single week, they have to try to come up with the money to pay God. And God is not all forgiving about the rent. It's not like you're my son, so you're okay. No, you live with those two bastards, so you have to pay the rent. And God is a mogul. He's a businessman, so it's not like it's okay for you to live there and trash my house. No, it's not that easy. Our secondary characters, we don't like to call them as much as secondary because each one of them is a really important part of every episode. We have, first of all, we have here Joseph, the quote-unquote father of Jesus. He just grew and grew bitter and bitter of being the worst first, how to say that, yeah,
Cheated man.
cheated men. Yeah, yeah. We have in Colombia we have a word for this, but it's that we don't have a translate. It is that bad of a word. So imagine the bitterness that he has, and he has to watch his son being the best friend of the guy that Maria cheated on. So every episode, Joseph is trying to kill the dove, not really being successful at it because he's just a carpenter. So he just like threw things that are in his carpenter, and the dove is like, Jesus, he's trying to kill me again. Do something with that dove. We have the devil, not so bad as the dove is not so holy. The devil is kind of he's really intelligent. He has a bar called Diablos. In his bar, Jesus and his mates go to have a drink at the every day, pretty much. They don't have money for the rent, but they have money. Well, Jesus can make water into wine, so it's easy. We have God. We don't show his face a lot because, yeah, he's rich, so you can't see him straight at the face. He's, as I told you before, he's a mogul. He has a lot of companies. He has a lot of money, and sometimes he seems more evil than the devil himself. The last one is Mary Magdalene, as we all know is the town's whore, but it's also a friend. She's a whore, yeah. She knows it and she embraces like I'm a whore. I'm gonna whore around, and she knows that Jesus is in love with her, so she takes advantage of Jesus, and the dove just hates her for that because the only one that can take advantage of Jesus is the dove, of course. What we are going to see is every episode we want to come up with different ways that they can have the money, not only working because they are so lazy that the work is going to be the last thing on their mind. They're going to go from, I don't know, working at a McDonald's, cleaning toilets, or we have this episode when they have to go on a Star Trek looking for a band, and so they form a boy band to come up with the money for the rent. So every episode is going to be different in that way. It's the structure of the episode is they start on the first day of the month and they have to come up with the money for the rent. Now they can work, they can sell the leper organs, or they can perform miracles. So they're going to be doing different things. But the thing is that it's not always going to be as easy as doing the miracle, because Jesus is good inside of him, so he knows that he can't take advantage of that as the dove would want to. This is their house. It used to be a pretty nice house. It wasn't all cracked up like that. They are really filthy kids. They really don't clean a lot. One time they broke one of the windows and used Jesus' cross to fix it. Yeah, that's kind of how they live. So that's why God is like, now you have to pay for this. We want to use a mix of 2D and 3D animation because we think that for some things like the truck or the buildings or the props is better and easier with 3D, and we have like we can use more of that technique, but it's cut out and it's not going to be traditional. Also, we have some things traditional, but we want to do it like cut out because we want to have the quickness of that, so we can take advantage of things that are happening in real life to put it on the show. So it has more like a current view of the world. We are really kind of organizing this part because we want Jesus to have the impact that we know it can have. So our schedule is well, we are in the part that we are investigating and reading the Bible a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. that's our budget. We want to reach that goal. We can perform miracles, so we are in the same quest that Jesus is. We are in this, and as I told you before, we are in this first part of the process, and what we are doing here, preaching, is kind of searching for, the dollars to do that. In our company, we are named Be Cartoons because we know that in animation you can be and do anything you want. So what we want for What Would Jesus Do is not only to be an animated series. So we wanted to break barriers in the matters that we know that it can be in all of these platforms. We would love it to be in all of them, but we wanted to be like something that you can follow Jesus on Instagram or follow the dove and see what he's doing or where they are, and kind of have like a mini web series, like a spin-off or everything, and kind of like make you. We want our Jesus to be your Jesus. We want it to be the pop culture Jesus. So we want you to pray in him, to buy everything of him, to have what would Jesus do in your hearts. So that's we want the people to embrace this Jesus as the new Jesus. So like this is the second coming of Jesus.
We're meeting later, so I'll gush over how awesome this is later to you in person. But it's great. It's a great pitch. It's delivered great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, your pitch was fantastic. You're really, really great. And having produced adult animation before and seen a lot of shows that aren't going to work, this is one that has a huge potential. I just think that adult animation is so goddamn difficult, and we did the first season of Breakfast with Family with an amazing writing team from The Simpsons, a really great crew in Paris, but it was a really, really hard show to make. And to keep it funny and to keep it relevant to adults, which is the most difficult thing, because it's so easy to drift into kids comedy, even with a show like this, which is so obviously for adults. It's hard. So I think schedule-wise and stuff like that, there's some realities you can't gloss over, like the writing rooms, and you're smart to keep the animation simple because it's the writing that really counts. Yeah. So I think it's good to be able to be flexible and keep it simple. There's so many things I want to say, but we don't have time. But great pitch, great show.
Thank you.
Good luck. If you need tips and advice on other platforms that you haven't listed,
I will follow you.
I've got some ideas for you.
Thank you. Yeah, we know that it's hard to keep it adult, and we have been trying so hard to not be harsh or mean, but we want to be harsh and mean. Yeah. So it's Jesus is with us, who is against us, and we have the Bible. Yeah.
On top of a perfect pitch, I was glad that you had that plaque at the end that said all the platforms that you wanted to put it on, because I kept thinking I've seen animation that's really gutsy and sort of out there before, but I couldn't remember where. And then when you listed all of those, I'm like, perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Absolutely awesome. Loved it. Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Look at that, Sylvina. We're done.
Thank you.